Alright everyone, welcome to day 6 of my Irelia improvement journey. Today is going to be a bit of a speed run. I already recorded everything including the featured matchup video and my mic was muted, so all of that is basically worthless. And now at 12 I'm going to have to re-record everything. So yeah, let's get into it. I have my bulking milk here, so I'm going to be drinking a little bit of this throughout with some creatine in it. But yeah, let's get into the first review. Okay, so the first review today is Irelia versus Syndra. Now, this is a bit of a stomp game. The first note was of this skirmish here. Now, I land a pretty nice R, but I think the E was way too early. I should just hold this here till after my R. And in general, that's pretty general advice that it's good to E after R. But yeah, here I like the time of the R. The E was just a little bit too early. Then here I just prioritized going on the Viego too much, and I tried to Q him, but he was already dead, so I Q'd to the Gragas, dropping my Q, which was a bit of a disaster. Here as well, I should be aiming to W the Syndra as well, because Viego's pretty much confirmed dead here. So then after that, I definitely want to turn on the Syndra, because if I turn on the Syndra here, Gragas can't really escape, whereas if I go on Gragas here, Syndra can just run away. And with Aurora coming here, I definitely want to continue this fight. So the W is pretty bad, and because I dropped my Q, I have to flash. So the next note here was at 12. 12. Yeah, this is a classic called something I call a dry R, where basically you just straight up R someone. I'm level 9, I can just Q to this minion and hit an R here, given how deep she is in the lane. Instead, I try and go for the E, but the E is a lot less reliable. If I go for the QQ into R, it's basically a guaranteed kill here, and then I can E after my R. And the same thing happened at 12:51. It was basically the same story. Here I just needed to hit a dry R instead of the E, but I go for the E, and the whole enemy team is here. Now, when it comes to the whole enemy team being here, I have a note for this as well, because basically we saw them in this area here, and I remember seeing them, but I kind of assumed in my head that they'd go back bot, after they cleared all this vision. But, they ended up sticking around, which is fair enough, because if I look at bot here, my bot lane's resetting and Nephelios is under tower. There's absolutely no reason for Lulu to go back bot here. She can just stick around and hover mid for a while until she's needed bot. So I didn't really take that into account, and regardless, I just shouldn't flip. Even if Lulu is needed bot, I should wait till we actually see her in one of these wards, and then I can look for something here. So yeah, that was pretty much end of review for that VOD. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so absolutely speeding into the next VOD here, we have Irelia versus Vex. Now, I have a few notes here. First off, I went a pretty greedy matchup. I went the D-Blade and Inspiration. Normally, you can go D-Shield and Second Wind, but I think it's fine. If you go this setup, you have to be a lot more conservative with your HP and actively dropping minions, as well as I think having E-Start here would be better and just Eing some of the minions that I can't get from range until level 2. And now the first mistake here, I extended this trade, and the mistake of this is, again, in these burst matchups, you don't want to trade too much HP for HP, because if you're both low HP, that's definitely going to benefit them, not you, because you want to all in. You want to go for very long extended trades, whereas if you're low HP, they can just kill you before you can extend the trade long enough to kill them. The next mistake was at 2:36, and this is kind of the same mistake again. The next one, sorry, was at 5:03, and it was basically the same mistake again. I went for a little bit of a trade here. I landed my E, and I kind of wanted to go here, but honestly here, the wave's coming in, and at this HP, I can all-in her pretty well if I'm deeper in the lane. But here, I just go for this trade way too early. I can just let the wave come in, wait for my E, and what ends up happening here is because I don't kill her, she just gets to low HP. Now, because of this, basically, yeah, I'm just low for no reason now, and I can't really play the lane. Looking back at this again, there was potentially a solo kill here if I instantly Q and I pop my pot. I think I actually miss a solo kill here, yeah. Because if I maybe if I got in an extra Q plus 2 autos, I'm probably killing there. So yeah, honestly, maybe I just miss a kill window here. But yeah, regardless, if I'm not going to go for the all-in, I should definitely just not go for that trade, because now, being on low HP, it's really hard to play the lane. And yeah, I go for a bit of a trade here, and she just one-shots me. This is also a really stupid trade because I don't have my abilities on cooldown. So yeah, let's go to the next review. Okay, so judging based off my notes from this review, you can pretty much tell I'm not too happy with my performance this game. The first mistake was at 5:30. So at 5 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, the wave's already in a good position. I go for the QE here, and I do a classic 1-for-1 under tower. And here, because the wave's coming into me, because the wave's really good, for me, and I'm trading 1-for-1, this is definitely worth. Now it's especially worth because here I'm trading 1-for-1 and I'm getting his flash for not using my own flash. Now, if I just trade flash for flash, it's less worth. Whereas if I'm getting his flash and we're trading 1-for-1, that's really worth. So what do? I flash out when I'm basically guaranteed to die to the tower. So this 1-for-1 is still worth, but it's definitely a lot less worth having used that flash. The next one was at 6:21. This here I go for a 2v1. Now I could definitely have won this 2v1 if I popped my cookies, and that's kind of what the note's about. Because basically what happens here is I go for the E. This was all fine. I go for the W. Now here, because I'm kind of lower HP, I wanted to just execute Corki as quickly as possible with the Q auto Q. Instead, if I was healthier here with the cookie pops, what I could do is I could Q auto Q, and then that would guarantee that I would then be able to Q to the fiddlesticks and be able to kill him here. But basically what happens here is that what I also didn't take into account is the fact that Corki W, which got buffed recently, went off, and it got quite a big buff, and it does a lot of damage. In this fight, it does 200 damage to me from standing in the Corki W. So yeah, because of that extra damage that I didn't take into account, I ended up dying there. The next one is at 8:26, and this is kind of where the problems start. So I push this, and I should just base here and let Kai'Sa take the next wave. Technically, yes, she should move bot here 100%. So that's kind of why I wanted to stay on the map and not give her the next wave. But, you know, just let her take it. It's fine. Having the tempo of just resetting here is nice. Then the next one is at 10:29. The mistake here is basically I called the Lulu to move for grubs because I really wanted to contest grubs here. Lulu moves, but so does Kai'Sa, and I thought here, because Kai'Sa's moving, what if I cover bot? Kai'Sa can lane temporarily mid, and then we'll have a man advantage at the grubs. But what ends up happening here is I just, get denied a bunch of waves for nothing, and Kai'Sa's able to take my mid waves. And this is end of review because I'm 3-2 at this point. Kai'Sa is 2-4. I'm the fed person. I need to be the one that's staying mid, getting the farm. Kai'Sa can get waves denied for her. I don't care. If I'm the one getting strong, then I can carry this game. So yeah, that's what these notes are about. Be as greedy as possible. Irelia really needs gold for items. She's very item dependent. And if you don't have damage on Irelia, you basically have nothing. Like, you have very limited CC, you're very squishy, especially with her current build, so yeah, you really need to make sure to be greedy. So yeah, that's end of review for that one. Okay, so for the final review of today, we have Irelia versus Ziggs. The first note was at 3:27. Now here I go for a bit of an early trade into the Ziggs. He just uses his Q and he starts to walk forward for some reason. So I walk forward with a Q auto forward. Then I notice that I can find another Q auto here. So I continue autoing forward. And then I go for this Q, and this Q is really bad because it really commits me to the trade. And Ziggs' Q is coming back off cooldown right now, so he's able to get good trades on the back end. What I should do here is I should just get one more auto here instead of the Q, and then Q out to the range minion, and he can't really trade back on the back end there. Then the next node is at 7:29. I do a bit of a bad base here. I didn't really think that he could get the wave out, but I didn't consider him being able to ult the wave and get the wave out like that, and so I missed a bunch of minions here. So yeah, those are the notes for that game. That's the final review. Let's go to the conclusions. Okay, so taking the conclusions here at top speed to be done with today. First off, be greedy. You're Irelia. Don't put yourself behind for others' benefits. There are some cases where it's good, but just in general, be as greedy as possible. Don't assume the support has left till you see them bot lane. This is really important. Don't flip. Irelia is really bad if you just go for flip fights all the time. Make sure that you're in the 1v1 when you go for fights, or if you know there's someone there, make sure you know for a fact that you can win the 2v1. Dry R, really good to find these dry Rs. I used to go for them a lot back when I was an Irelia OTP. I kind of forgot about them. Today I remembered them. Boom, do the dry Rs. Finally, stay healthy, stay as healthy as possible into burst matchups, Zoe Vex, etc. That's really important. As you saw, once I took that extended trade into the Vex and we were both low HP, with her burst, it was really hard for me to play that lane. So yeah, play for all-ins. Don't play for the kind of whatever trades where you're just going to low HP and then you're getting one shot from 200 HP before you can even do your damage. So yeah, those are all the reviews for today. A bit of a speed run because it's getting quite late and I have to edit and upload all of them. But yeah, if you have any questions, I have my Discord included in the description. Or if you just want to leave a comment, that's also fine. Thanks for watching.